first night. We spent our first night in albergue, and now we're gonna have breakfast. There's people mostly from France, somebody from New York, and it's raining outside, so it'll be interesting. This is albergue.
We figure out what we were first.
We didn't know what to do about that, like the end
So we're done with the breakfast, and we're now thinking whether we should take the Napoleon Way, which is the steep uphill in the mountains, or the regular Pilgrim's Way. I think our host is recommending walking the regular Pilgrim's Way because there's too much rain, and it's just not very safe to go up the mountain so high right now. So I think we're gonna take the Napoleon Way. We're gonna take the Volcaro. Kind of big decision. We should take the Napoleon Way or the regular Pilgrim's Way. The rain subsided somewhat. We can see the mountains from our albergue, and the host told us that during like rainy weather like this, you don't have much visibility, so you really are walking very high up in the mountains, but you don't see much at all. So we're still like not completely sure whether we're gonna go the highway or whether we take the regular Pilgrim's Way. We had a family, French family, sitting with us during the breakfast, and they had been doing the pilgrimage for 5 years. They walk a week every year. So they've been doing it for 5 years. It's a husband, wife, and 4 children. And some pilgrims from Germany, and there were 2 on the bike. They're gonna be biking. And a lot of French pilgrims. We are leaving Albergue de Pellegrin, where we spent the night. That was our window, open window up on the top. I opened it, and that's our albergue. And it's not really raining right now. It's a beautiful street, beautiful area. There is some items for the pilgrims. You can buy your shell here. I don't know how much they are. I have a shell. You can buy walking sticks. We have all these things. These are my walking sticks. I'm just gonna be walking with these sticks. And everybody already left. We're like last ones, still taking pictures, kind of lagging behind. Pilgrims walking. And we're still not decided whether we're gonna take the Napoleon Way or the Valveros, something like that. That's the regular Pilgrim's Way. Still not decided. So we start our journey by visiting Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. There was a church close to our albergue, and there's a Blessed Sacrament. We prayed, and I think we may be taking the more challenging route, the Napoleon Route. Citadel, and the church we went into is called Notre Dame Church. This is Rue de Citadel, and this is this beautiful Notre Dame church. We just entrusted ourselves to our Lord through the intercession of Our Lady, and we're passing through this arch. That's the first step on our journey, and we met another pilgrim, and she says she's gonna do the Napoleon Route as well. Man in a store said that that's the true pilgrim's route. The other route is really just for winter. And here you go, the beautiful bridge, and look at that. This is so spectacular. Oh, look at all those pilgrims walking. We're like the last ones. I kind of wanted to wait a little bit for the weather to clear up, as it was raining heavy through the night. Now it's not raining. The temperature is probably like 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're in Saint-Jean-Pierre-du-Port. This is the right way to pronounce the name of this beautiful city or village. Alice already lost one of the tips of her walking sticks. She had to go back to the store and buy one replacement. And here we come to a deciding point for today. We either go right and walk the Valcarlos way, which is easier, goes down in the valley, or more challenging, the Napoleon way, or the Orega, which is like very challenging way. Well, I think you can guess which way we're gonna go. Camino sign, and Alice is already walking. Here is a sign, and that's what's ahead of us. We just finished a steep incline. I got out of breath. My cardiovascular fitness leaves a lot to wish for. If I finish today and reach Roncesvalles, it will be through the grace of God alone, because honestly, my left knee has been hurting for a year, and I'm getting out of breath really easy. So this is just a tiny mountain ahead of us, like a hill. We actually have to go 1,150 meters up incline, not the distance. We're gonna be walking 23 kilometers uphill today, solely through the grace of God, because certainly I don't have a strength to do that. Alice probably does. She's walking briskly, and people are very friendly. They say bonjour, which means good morning in French, and the pilgrims shared with us their experiences, and it seems like very deep spiritual, like this lady at the table, French lady, was telling us that for the last 5 years she's been walking with her family, 4 children and husband. They walk just a week a year. She says that to learn this way teaches you that your biggest dreams are actually very little compared to what God has in mind for you, and you learn to put them aside a little bit and follow God's way. That's the way. There is somebody walking behind us, and a lot of people passing. Scenery so far is like it's just so absolutely gorgeous. There's no more rain, and some pilgrims are passing us. They are faster, but look at this. It's like being in a fairy tale. I bought myself a pocket knife. I was worried to take it on the plane, but so far I could take everything I had. the little bottles of essential oils I have for my muscles and to protect from the bugs. Nobody questioned that. And we're walking. There's some sheep on the hills and some nice cattle right here close to the road. There's a ball right there. I'm glad there is a fence between us and the ball. And it's really beautiful. The weather forecast said that there is like 80% chance of thunderstorms. I'm praying to Blessed Mother that we'll have nice weather. We'll be able to actually view the beautiful views and see her outstanding statue. We already took wrong turn once. We just went straight instead of turning. But soon enough, after about 100 meters, we realized there was a couple other pilgrims with us that followed the wrong way. Now we're back on the right path. And it's just like in a fairy tale. I wish I could record the smells, the beautiful smell of countryside and the farm, and it's just so peaceful, so absolutely peaceful. We're walking on a asphalt road. There are some cars passing us occasionally, and we're walking up the hill. Pretty. We just passed Albergue Junto, and here's our spectacular view. We're joined by a couple of tourist pilgrims from Florida, and look at that. It's just a tiny bit of drizzle, which is so refreshing. It's been a little bit of a climb. We're passing 1,000 meter mark. How beautiful. We're constantly talking to other pilgrims. Here's where we're leaving the paved road. There's a sign and we're gonna go on this grassy road. Sorry. This grassy road up the hill again. And the tourists, the pilgrims from Florida, they really liked my guidebook, so they are just following us. And here they are coming, and a couple others. And look at this stunning view. We're getting close to the Spanish border. This will be the last portion in France. And au revoir, France, pretty soon. And buenos dias, Spain. Thank you, Blessed Mother, for this weather. Against the forecast, against the reason. We're turning on a beautiful grassy path. The rain stopped, which is a blessing. And we're getting a little bit of a sun. Look at these beautiful ferns. It's honestly like in a fairy tale. Look at that. I cannot believe I already climbed so high. You know, it seems like we just started. And here we are, like almost reaching the top. This mist, this fog, is so mysterious. Look at that. Oh my gosh. The ferns. Oh, villages scattered throughout the mountainside. the sound of the ship. And they have little bells. You can hear the bells throughout the area. The beautiful headers. Oh gosh, it's just amazing. We're already like almost on the top of the mountain. Look at that mountain range. The Pyrenees are so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, it's amazing. Our road turned to paved road again, and we're walking up, and just we meet people and they talk. We met a lady from Belgium and tons of other people. So I think we already walked 5 kilometers or maybe 7. I'm not sure, but I'm reaching Albergue Horizon. It's there's this nice splendid tree in front of it, and I think we may have a little snack here, rest a little bit. Alice is already there. It's Albergue Horizon, pilgrim, sign of the Camino, and here is a drinking fountain. Water to drink, not to take a shower. Alright. It's kind of rainy day, so I wouldn't think of a shower, but I can imagine on a sunny day shower would be. We have an option to stop here or keep walking. Oh, here's a menu. Do you want to stop or should we keep walking? Albergue Horizon. And so we walked about 6 kilometers so far. A steep uphill climb. And we just got ourselves soup, and I got a freshly squeezed orange juice, and Alice got cake. And this is the last albergue before our destination, so we decided to just stop and eat a little bit. We have 17 kilometers ahead of us with no albergues, no stops. There's pretty much no turning back. The weather is turning a little bit colder. There's no rain. Tables are still wet from the morning rain. The view is astounding. There's some clouds, and we're just gonna eat our food. It was delicious soup and absolutely delicious juice, but I just looked and the weather changed so much. Look at that. I mean, it's just fog, and it's coming toward us. So Pyrenees definitely have this feature that the weather changes quickly, and pretty soon we may hardly see our feet. Look at that. Just a second ago we saw those beautiful mountains. Now we see white. We see the fog that is slowly coming closer and closer to us. Amazing. Well, we're gonna be walking that way, up the road. Most pilgrims left already. That's our way, and then we can see the fog coming toward us. So we'll see. So this fog is coming pretty quickly on us. We continue on our walk, pilgrimage toward Roseville, but we can see the trees that are close by, but anything 100 feet away or more, we don't see anymore. We don't see the mountains around us. Visibility is very limited at this point. So we're altitude 900 right now, and we have low breeze. The rain started again, and the fog is subsiding a tiny bit, and here's low memorial. This is the first one of this kind that we find. All kinds of things here. Because people are leaving with different intentions and stuff. A spoon. Okay. And I'm glad that the fog is not as thick right now. As we're getting higher, the vegetation is very limited, just pretty much grass. And as you can see, the road is pretty foggy again. We can hardly see ahead of us. We don't see anything around us besides immediate surroundings and those beautiful vegetation. Look at that flower. It's still very foggy. We're passing by a group of sheep. You can hear the bells. The sheep here were bells, so whenever they are, you can hear. We've been hearing them from quite a distance. And Alice is ahead of me a little bit, but she's almost fading in the fog. There is so much fog everywhere. Just love the sound of the sheep. There's so many of them here. They have those strange markings, red and blue, on their backs, probably just to mark them. Past the sheep, there's horse free grazing, and he has a bell too. There's a whole bunch of horses. Actually, we just cannot see them because of the fog, but they all have bells. It makes this amazing, mysterious sound. You're walking in the middle of the fog, you don't see anything, but you hear this bell ring, and you know there must be some animals grazing, some herds of sheep or horses or cows. They all have these bells. We're reaching a fork in the road, and our guide says that if the weather gets bad, that's where you should take off to the side, because we're reaching the most dangerous part of our trip today. Here's a marker. Alice is fading there, and we're at, let's see, 1,135 meters, and there is the sign, the road signs. The guide recommends going back to St. Jean or going to Arnegai, but we're continuing on our way. The weather is not that great, but it's such a beautiful walk. Some more horses. Horse here. It's a small one. Hello, pony. Hello. There's so many of these horses. Okay, we found this cross, and then there's a scary sign because it points that the Camino is getting off the paved road onto some unmarked pasture. Sage de Port is the other way.
At 5 o'clock, because it says it's 2 hours and 30 minutes.
It's 9.9 kilometers. How do we walk in a fog
Yeah, I'll be marked.
like that? Well, God help us with that. Be a really steep, difficult climb. Alice faded in somewhere. Some bikers following us. All the other pilgrims are way ahead. We're like the slowest. There's a marker. Our road is a little bit better visible now. It's not just a green pasture, but it actually is a walked-in route. And I need to find Alice. Some beautiful big rocks up here. We have 9.9 kilometers to our destination. Oh, here's Alice, right there. And thankfully, it's not raining as much. There was a beautiful statue of Blessed Mother up there, so in the hills. She's watching over us. I know the statue is there because I saw pictures, but there's so much fog that we just couldn't see. So it's just so symbolic. Blessed Mother watches over us. We don't see her, but we know she's there. We have 100% certainty that she's there because I've seen pictures of her on the top of the mountain. It's in our guide, this picture. So it's like in life. She's here with us, we just don't see her. And we just need to completely trust in God because we're walking in the fog, in a pasture, in the mountains where the weather changes so frequently. And the weather forecast says there's gonna be thunderstorms and there's no place to hide here. We just need to say, Jesus, I trust in you, and keep on walking. And it looks like some really enchanted forest. Look at that. Oh, this is amazing. So mysterious. So much moss on the trunk of these trees. They have some sort of fruit on them. I don't know what that is. Not familiar with this kind of a tree. Look at that. There's some bikers catching up with us, but look at the headers. Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Buen camino. Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Merci. Look at the headers. Oh, so beautiful. This is so steep. Down there. It may be a blessing that actually I don't see that because I have this horrific height anxiety. Probably would freak out. The road is more defined here, so it's easier to walk. We passed the big pasture. We're surrounding, kind of half circling this mountain. And then we're gonna go down and be at our destination at 5 o'clock today. It's drizzling again a little bit, So I'm gonna put away the camera. So we just realized that we crossed the border of France and Spain. We're right here, and the border was here. We were walking from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. That was the border, and we're here already.
Las Olimpiadas en el Camino.
And here we're going to Roncesvalles. See, so we're right here. So this is Spain. We're in Spain already. We crossed. We have 8 more kilometers. The elevation is 1,344 meters. And au revoir Spain, au revoir France. So far is that the scenery changes so fast, and now we're in Spain and we're walking in this wooded area. That would be an awesome path during hot summer day where you get a shade and lower temperature from the trees. Well, it's not a hot summer day, it's summer, but it's a little bit wet day, and we still enjoy the trees. It's very mysterious. Today is very mysterious day. So, mist is everywhere, fog. It's not that many pilgrims. We're pretty much walking by ourselves. Everybody else took off first. All the people that we're walking with, they are already ahead of us, way ahead of us. But look at this variety. I mean, we were walking in this bare, just grassy area, and now we're in this beautiful forest. Honestly, if it wouldn't be for this heavy backpack, this would be like the most beautiful walk ever. I mean, the scenery is just amazing. The woods, and look at this moss growing on this side. Actually, this fog makes it look so special. And here we come to a meadow with heather and blueberry bushes, and we had some of those blueberries, and they are so delicious. This is just heather bushes blooming at this time of the year. They are like everywhere. Look at that. And back there we see nothing. There's fog, and that's a good thing because I have this huge height anxiety, so that makes it for me nice and safe. As we walk, we see these shoes hanging. That just tells us how important to have comfortable shoes. Well, we have super comfortable shoes. We have these shoes. They are so good. But somebody else's were not. Now they're on the tree. Now again we're in an open area. There's quite a bit of wind right now. And we found this little house, little shelter in case of emergencies. Pilgrims can stay here. There's 3 pilgrims inside. There's and they are starting a fire here. It's nice and warm. And it's pretty windy out there. We got a little fire here, and it's so nice. Outside is windy and kind of chilly. And we have a little fire going on here. Just a few minutes rest. Alice wants to keep walking, so we're gonna have to walk.
¿Qué fazia?
We got to this point. change of scenery again. The wind is gone, and we're walking down the hill in this enchanted forest again. It's actually just as hard walking down the hill as it is walking up the hill. I'm not getting short of breath, but it's hard on my legs. But Alice told me about the 5 rules of pilgrim, and the first rule is do not complain. The second rule is do not complain. The third rule is if somebody offers you something, take it. The fourth rule is if somebody asks you for something, take it. And the fifth rule is if you pass by a bathroom, use it. I had to take a little bit of rest. I just felt so exhausted, and the scenery is changing. Just different kind of forest. Look at that tree back there. It's right there. If this is not a fairyland, I don't know what it would be. Even though it's raining and there's still wind, it's absolutely marvelous. Roncesvalles, and there's some people camping. Some beautiful building, looks like a church or albergue. Well, we're in the albergue. We got the last 2 of the last 4 tickets for the night. That was pretty cool. We didn't get the ticket for the dinner though. We're gonna have to go to the restaurant. They don't have food for us here. It's too bad. They have really good prices for dinners. But we're gonna sleep for €8 tonight. So we finished, and we're having dinner in a pilgrim's restaurant here. We had soup and red wine and pork. Just gonna go and rest.